I feel like what we're doing would be really stupid.
But it's awesome. Oh my god, that storm looks so real out there.
This looks insane.
Oh, that was so good, that lightning strike. I'm test flying the new flight sim with a couple pilot buddies that also really know their stuff about computers.
Looking at the weather in this game, every other flight simulator is a joke, comparatively.
Let's take a little system check here. So, CPU 50%, so it's threading heavily across 12 logical, 6 physical.
But first, we gotta go back in time.
If someone were to ask me, Dave, what is the most nostalgic sound to you in the world, this would be it.
This, my friends, is Flight Simulator 5.1. Alright, here we go.
Invalid directory.
He still got it.
So many pilots I know, myself included, started with home sims. This stuff has come a long way, but it wasn't so long ago that we were dealing with this.
Oh man, we're going back in time here, boys. We didn't want to run this on the cheater software, the DOS box. We run it on the real, original 486.
David's personal museum piece.
I'm still surprised that it loaded that fast. But I guess there's nothing to it.
It's always loaded fast. Here's the thing about this computer, though. When Thad says it's my original 486, he is absolutely correct in the sense that this is the exact same computer I got Christmas 1994. It's not the same, like, exact one, but I found a guy who, I'm like, I will pay anything for this. And he was like, $75. I'm like, it is mine.
That's awesome.
The keyboard, though, is my original keyboard. It's the first keyboard I ever had as a kid. It's a 486 SX33. This one's upgraded to a DX266.
That was what I DX33 is what I was playing this on as a kid.
I'm going back. I'm older than you guys. I had an Apple II Plus, and I got Flight Sim, and I had no help, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just knew I wanted to figure out how to fly, and it was so frustrating. I couldn't even figure out how to get back turned around to the airport. Didn't understand to like reduce power to descend, so I was like skyrocketing toward the runway when I did find it. Of course it wouldn't, I'd blow right by.
I know exactly what you mean because I had absolutely no flying experience back then at all. And then later on, like a couple years later, I started flying models, so I had a better understanding, like, oh, you have to reduce power to land, like that kind of thing. But I still didn't know what the hell a circuit really was. Right. And trying to figure out how to come around and land in this was... yeah, it wasn't easy. And you know what? Even now, it's still pretty hard because I can't turn my head.
With trim, basically. That's all you got.
Yeah, I do like that it at least represents them on the screen.
That was the only thing I looked at. I didn't know what the rest of that stuff meant.
Okay, I'm putting the gear down here. We're going to see if we can make a landing.
But I was really into it.
Biggs Field.
But talking about situational awareness is interesting because it's true. Flying a real airplane is actually easier. And I think that's what blows my mind even now, thinking back to that kid. I was like trying to figure out where the airport was and orient yourself. So after waiting literally decades for the new Microsoft Flight Sim, we were obviously inspired to get a little nostalgic. This new insanity will probably be an amazing training tool, but it's day one and I'm exploring the features and performance while having some fun with some longtime Flight Sim fan buddies. Before we flew together while I was testing it, I was inspired by a video that I saw, I'll link to it, which showed the wildlife, and I had to go check out the elephants. What blew my mind was that this guy actually stopped when I got in his way and then waited for me to move before proceeding. So that was not something I expected. That was very impressive. And while we're waiting for the elephant crossing, I just want to clarify this is not a paid promotion for Microsoft. It is, however, sponsored by Thrustmaster, so I want to thank them. And we are doing a giveaway, so check that out at flightchops.com. I'm flying with two computer expert buddies that are also pilots. You should recognize Dave from a bunch of previous episodes, including WarBird training and building my sim rig. And Thad is a newly minted private pilot who works with Dave in the computer field, and Dave basically describes him as a literal genius. Anyway, let's get back on board for a quick landing in the mid-90s before we blast off in 2020.
As long as I can get a little more than like this 17 frames a second I'm getting right now.
That's better than I had.
This is Cessna
Hey, you
182.
should say thank you for every one of them, too.
Yeah, I was playing with like 8 frames a second, I think.
Boys, I think this is going to be a greaser.
You fixed it.
Here we go. Let's pull power off. Full flaps. Probably should have went full flaps sooner than that.
Let's just be a little firm.
Not bad.
Like, look at this.
I think
like,
just now in like 15 seconds you did more than I did in 2 years.
how many orders of magnitude more processing power are we dealing with now?
Well, let me do the quick head math.
Yeah.
Okay. So this says 66
That's a hell of a
megahertz of. Let's just pretend for a minute that the instruction sets were identical. They're just the
And you get one
86.
instruction per cycle.
Right. So we're just going to say that. This is a 66 megahertz single core processor. My computer, and the same processor that's in your computer, Steve, is 6 cores operating at 5,000 megahertz. We're not going to even talk about multi-threading or expansions to the instruction set or anything like that. So,
Range prediction.
Yeah, God.
But so to be clear, threading is literally only just now a thing with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020.
Definitely Flight Simulator 10 or X or whatever you want to call it. I don't think it had any multi-threading capability in the actual product itself, because when it came out, everything was still pretty much just single-core computing or dual-core computing at best.
And it's non-trivial. It's not just like flipping a switch. You can't just make something multi-threaded. It involves like completely rethinking how it is you're like computing a result with your inputs, because some state may depend on some other state, and that just doesn't necessarily transition from. If there's I'd like to be trying to describe this in a real airplane Dave's flying rolls in.
That wasn't a roll. That was a snap roll. I don't even think the new Flight Simulator model's that.
Oh man. All right, let's get into it. Dave's going to host a local group and kind of play God.
All right, I'll do it like 7:30. Scattered clouds. All right, I think I got a nice setup here for us in Toronto, boys. I'm definitely going to make a comment about my rickety joysticks and why you're flying better than I am.
That is one thing I'm real happy with about this stick. It is solid. The movement,
The Hall effect sensor,
that's what it is?
but I'll talk about it.
Okay, because I don't understand the technology of it. All I need is a throttle, though, and I'm waiting on that. That's just been a bit of a delay, so I'm still struggling with the throttle wheel thingy. So formation flying might be interesting because of that.
So I'm
Okay.
flying the Zlin, the yellow one, right? There's a white version of this thing, Thad, the Zlin.
No, I can't do it. It'll be the JMB.
It's even slower, though. Yeah, just fly the JMB thing, whatever. It's got a nose wheel. He's not tail wheel qualified. Don't let him in there.
All
This
right.
is my crash course in formation flying, huh?
Don't hit the plane beside you. Those are the
Right.
rules.
Should we warm this thing up at all? No, let's just right into formation takeoff.
I got my power limits on. I've got a 1080 Ti in here. That's the previous generation to what Steve's got. Steve's got a 2080 Ti. So my graphics card is probably objectively 20 to 30% slower than his. But it is using all of it like hard.
So this was day one of the public launch, and it worked fairly smoothly, but we ran into a couple of problems intermittently with the airplanes disappearing from our view, but that really didn't last long, and we had a really good time for most of the session. Flies beautiful. I mean, I'm not having I'm at 35 frames per second.
I'm getting 40, actually. I've got... The GPU is pretty much just maxed out at 97%. What's shocking is the amount of graphics memory it'll use. And I guess it tracks, because I mean, this game's so many objects and so many textures.
Can anyone see me? Because I'm going to turn toward
Oh
the
yeah, I'm right up on you.
All right, I'm turning toward the city.
And now you're gone.
Yeah, turn
we
towards the
jinxed
city,
it.
I'll cut you off. Oh, you just disappeared.
What?
This is definitely...
Game launch day? Jitters?
Yes, I think so.
You
Well,
think so?
it looks friggin' amazing. Like, the scenery...
Thad, if you turn, like I'm... Oh, now you're both gone. Let me fix this really quick. I know the solution.
You do?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Wow, what? Talk to me,
I'll show
Goose.
you.
Talk to me, Goose. Did you
Oh,
break,
no.
Did you break something?
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh no! This is terrifying. I'm
Oh,
iced up.
I'm
I have
already
no
iced
artificial
up.
horizon. I have no artificial horizon.
I'm
I'm
over
at-
the city. You just put me in IMC over buildings. I'm frightened. This is frightening.
I don't have speed.
It's too real. I'm unwinding the altimeter now. Oh god. That was way too realistic.
Okay, I might
Oh,
I'm trying to get low to get out of this.
Oh, God.
That was horrific. I love
I
that
didn't have an artificial horizon,
I love
so
that
don't
I-
even talk to me about horrific.
I really thought you were trying to fix something.
This is fixing it. We're restarting. We're going to see if it works when we restart.
I think I'm finding the airport. Are you at the airport?
Oh.
I saw you for a second.
I will be back at the airport after I recover from this
Oh my god.
like PTSD of slamming into the water in a stall.
Oh, so you crashed.
Oh, I crashed so hard.
I may survive this.
But you have instrumentation in your
I
airplane.
do, you're right.
I had no artificial horizon.
Oh, the weather improved.
Oh, it did, suddenly. Okay.
It It did because I reloaded. Excuse me.
I love that I can't see you, but you can still like bring on a blizzard.
Right. I am
the power of God.
Okay, so I'm now on the runway threshold in a restart.
I'm coming around.
I'm flying in a giant.
I'll start my roll. Do you see me?
I'm coming around, and I'm gonna have flying speed, so I should be able to catch up to you.
I see a guy, I think, off my nose here. Okay, somebody's on the runway.
I landed it. Unbelievable.
Oh, it's that. Okay, all right, nice.
I can't see a darn thing either.
You can't? What do you mean? Because we're back in good weather.
Is it still snowing there?
No, like my ice.
Oh, you're icing.
My ice craft is slowly thawing out.
Okay.
Well, the runway surface looked very.
Okay, you can start a left turn if you want. I'll just stay with you.
All right, left turn
to me.
So now it's all good. Now I'm seeing you nice and smooth.
Well, it just took a terrifying crash into the water to get it sorted out. Okay, I'm coming back over runway 08 now, Thad.
Okay.
We're in a left turn. I'm going to level off when I get kind of on a parallel heading. How's the speed, Steve? Good?
Yeah, I can catch up to you, so just maintain that.
Trying to trim it out. It's right on the edge of yellow for me. This is... What is this, about 90 miles an hour?
Here.
Oh, I see you. Yeah, I got a good wing shot. Sorry, I'm probably going to get a little unstable. I'm just taking a look at you.
I'm getting back in the air.
Oh, now
I'm listing into the CN tower. That's fine.
It does look like you're getting close.
Formation foibles.
Yeah,
Let's check a little system check here. So, CPU 50%, so it's threading heavily across...
How many cores?
It's 12 logical, 6 physical. So it's hyper-threaded 6, and I've got 50% CPU utilization, and the GPU is still just pegged at 100. I think it's all on Ultra, and I'm getting 39 frames a second right now, which isn't awful.
I can't believe how good those buildings look. That is the city. Like, they got the TD bank. Oh, I just screwed up my formation.
The BMO, yeah, I see that. TD bank. It does look good.
What the hell? Oh, there you are. Yeah.
Where's Thaddeus?
So the technical issues seem to be sorted out, and now we're just going to have some fun.
Oh, this is actually looking pretty good, honestly. Can you give us a rate 1 turn to the right?
To the right, here we go.
Oh yeah, that is nice. This actually looks kind of amazing right now.
If I can stay in position, I'm losing it.
Well, you're not in position, let's be clear. But
well,
it's
sim position.
Neither of us are even close to position, but it's something.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, we're close. All right. I just really wish I could track my head movement right now, but this kind of looks amazing. That is pretty cool.
I tried the smart camera for a second and then I lost it.
Oh no.
It's okay.
The smart camera.
It's
oh
good.
yeah, the smart camera wants to look like right at you, gentlemen, and you are right there.
It does want to, eh? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So the problem was it just showed me my fuel tank, right? So I don't see you guys because I'm to the side.
I got this nice bubble going on
here.
here.
I fixed it.
Yeah, this looks
great,
pretty amazing.
I see this on ForeFlight over here on my left, but it's obnoxious because I don't see you two. I see a bunch of AI things parked on the ground, but I don't see you two on it.
I'll tell you right now, if Steve's flying better than me, it's because I hate, and I spell hate with a capital H, these joysticks. Yeah, I'm just saying that my joysticks have like this horrible dead zone because of the pot setup, and you've got that fancy Hall effect sensor. Your movement's just probably going to be a lot crisper than mine. Oh, Steven! That was terrifying.
Because I'm looking at the buildings that we're about to fly into. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
That is a good lead. I trust his leadership.
Fool!
I had it so locked in and I just totally lost it. The control inputs with the Thrustmaster stick were fine. What my issue was is that I was using a soft padded drum throne as a temporary platform. But this came in the mail shortly after filming. Another less than perfect part of my setup is that I'm using dumbbells as a chair anchor, and the fact that I hadn't realized pedal sensitivity could be adjusted, which is something that made a huge difference in fine-tuning control for flying formation, but I didn't do this until after.
I can't tell if the turbulence is random or if there was additional mechanical turbulence when we went over the buildings.
I got to meet the developers at the launch event in Seattle, and I think these aerodynamics are real.
So the weather is not only beautiful or realistic, it also informed the flight model and the aerodynamism.
I have no idea what he said, but it's never been done before, I think is what we're getting at, right? It's never been...
Yeah, just stick to that.
So now that we're in the thick of like Toronto here, I've got the highest grade Oh, look at that lightning strike. Wow. I've got the highest grade
6 miles? Oh, okay.
textures downloaded and cached. My graphics processor has now consumed 8,400 megabytes of graphics memory. Now, you're pretty much, if you want to get this level of experience out of this game, you're going to need to spend some money. And I'm sure that as soon as NVIDIA drops the 3 series this fall, that's where I'm going to be headed. And I'm really excited because Microsoft has pretty much said when the Reverb G2 launches, the VR headset from HP, the newest generation, drops, they're gonna add the support to Flight Sim. I just don't know where they're gonna find the horsepower to do it, because like that thing is 2160 by 2160 pixels per eye, and for that to feel right, you're gonna need like at least 80 frames a second. And this thing is struggling to deliver 1440p at 40 frames a second on one monitor, on what I have now. Maybe a 3090 will be a hell of a lot faster, but I don't know if it's quite going to be fast enough to keep this level of detail in a VR experience.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what that looks like, because I mean, just looking around at like looking at the weather in this game, it's, I mean, every other flight simulator is a joke comparatively.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, this looks like clouds.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
My joystick's dead zone is like a 2-degree bank angle of this airplane, so it's pretty hard to get precise. Which side are you on?
I'm on your right.
Yeah, you're pretty much invisible to me unless you drop down a little. There you are. Yeah, you and your passenger are there.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to get this tight and stay there.
You getting a good shot?
Yeah. Oh, lightning.
Cinematic view.
Yes.
You want to turn back towards the city where the lightning is?
Okay. Just tell me which way you're
Okay, I'm
turning.
gonna make a right turn. Here we go. Right turn. I feel like what we're doing would be really stupid.
But it's awesome. Oh my god, that storm looks so real out there.
I know, right? And when we hit that thing,
It's gonna be a bad day. See now,
oh my
that
god,
screwed up my formation, but that's okay because that was so cool to look at.
this looks insane.
Oh, that was so good, that lightning strike. Is that real time for you too? Are you seeing it at the same time as I'm seeing it?
I'll let you know when I see the next one. The speed good, or do you want me to go faster? or
I'm
slower?
good. I'm just yo-yoing with the throttle while I try to figure this out.
Well, it is turbulent.
Quite.
Where are you at,
I'm gonna
Thad?
get some altitude. I am 4.9 southeast of YYZ.
We are heading east to the city, towards the CN Tower.
We are directly beneath the Earth's sun now. Now watch what's about to happen in terms of turbulence. I'd love to hear more about if this is real, but it seems pretty real. Whoa, that was cool. I saw you hit turbulence and then I hit it. That was cool.
I wonder if that's random or if that actually happened.
That was real, man. I saw you hit it, I knew you hit it, and then I hit it. And it seems like the lightning is also in sync. Check out Thad and my monitors.
Big lightning strike there.
Well, oh, you just disappeared. It's been fun, but that was that.
Oh, come on.
No, I got to follow you in formation for a long time toward the storm. I got some good shots.
I wanted to get low in the city.
Okay, well, I'll just hold heading, I'll slow down, I'll see if you reappear. And Dave did reappear as we got closer to the buildings, just in time for what seemed like some legit mechanical turbulence.
Oh my god, it's turbulent down here. I'm making a left turn down the QEW.
Okay, I'm with you. Now, I just hit some turbulence. Did you hit?
Oh god, it's turbulent.
Yeah,
oh my god.
But that's cool. We're both hitting it. It's like...
Oh, it's really rocking me here.
But it's really there, I think. Like, that's really cool.
Still crushing 100% GPU.
Give me some tech talk about threading.
About what threading is?
Yeah, like how this is possible.
Threading is essentially leveraging more than one processor, more than one physical processor, to perform this a harmonious task. Oh my god, I am in total IMC. This is really hard to talk about threading when I'm in solid IMC. Thaddeus, you want to talk about threading?
I am also reaching some level of task saturation here, so I'm going to try to talk about threading while upside down.
Uh-oh.
So, I've successfully inverted the airplane. Threading is difficult from a software development standpoint, but with the way hardware has been developing, it's the only way you're going to, improve. It's the only way you're going to take advantage of more capacity in consumer hardware.
Effectively, for the first many years of computing, all of the scaling was simply just increasing clock speed, right? Like you just saw computers go from 4 megahertz or 8 megahertz, and they just kept clock doubling every few years. But you notice in the last 10 years or so, the clock speeds haven't ramped up much. We had computers that could go 5 gigahertz 10 years ago, and they're still pretty much just going 5 gigahertz now. The difference is that there's more work being done per clock cycle, but the biggest difference is there's more CPUs available. So you can get a computer with a single processor in it that has 16 physical cores on it going 5 gigahertz. Well, maybe not that fast, but 16 physical cores going above 4 gigahertz anyways. I guess the important thing is that in the past, pretty much every flight simulator, even the ones that have had some degree of ability to thread, have not been particularly effective at doing it. This flight simulator looks infinitely better than anything else on the market, has, you know, a world simulation that's far ahead of anything else, and it's still performing at least as well as those simulators.
High fives to everybody that stuck around for 20 minutes. Now let's go land. I'll keep slowing down. Are you in position?
I'm in position.
Okay, so I'm going to keep slowing down. So I'm coming up on
That's good,
50.
yeah, that's all right.
Oh, I hear ForeFlight telling you you're on 1 mile final. I love that you already got ForeFlight connected to this thing.
Hey guys.
You see us? Just follow us in.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you're not going to be able to get this slow, are you?
Oh, well, we'll see. I can't believe I didn't blow past you a minute ago.
Oh, this is amazing. I know it's not going to work out, but it's amazing.
Was-
How slow are you, Steve? Are you like, how far away from stall are you?
I'm not that far. I'm 52. I can probably get in the 40s.
Well, I think we're going to need to get there for me to land.
Okay.
Just land on the left side and we'll be alright. I've got a notch of flap in now.
Are we crabbed to the right here?
There's definitely a crosswind coming from the right.
I'm slowing through
Probably
40.
way above landing speed, but I'm going to come down all the way with you. As soon as you touch the runway, we'll see how she goes. Oh, you're moving a bit, but I think this might work out.
Yeah, now my angle of attack is yelling at me.
I'm coming a little bit loose now because I had a hard time maintaining airspeed when I got to landing configuration, but there's definitely a crosswind here. I'm not that close to you, but I'm down.
That was pretty good.
I feel like it's the first time we've actually all been in formation.
Which makes sense. I mean, it takes a while to get into it.
Oh, YOLO, Computer Man 5000.
Yeah,
Oh
there we
my
go.
god. Oh my god.
Oh,
no.
Oh, that was horrible.
I saw that
And you
too.
disappeared like Tron. That was like a Tron death.